Oh no, what's going on? We got some glitchy stuff going on. What is happening with my computer right now? Stop it.
I had to find you, I had to see you, I couldn't let you go. If only I could finally reach you, the gardens where you grow. Now
Hi friends, how are you? So, very excited. Well, a couple things. One, I figured out how to keep my camera from going out of focus. I just turned off the autofocus. I was like, wait a minute, how do I do that? So my software, which I use Movavi, is lets me do that. So and then I was like, okay. Then I hit record. I saw, well, I'm still kind of fuzzy. So still gotta play a little bit with maybe some lighting stuff. See if I can play a little bit with the effects while I'm recording instead of after the fact. But the good news is now that I've turned autofocus off and I have some more manual, hopefully we'll have no autofocus anymore, which is great. I just gotta figure out what settings was like perfect for me. Also, I really readjusted my entire desk so that way my camera is not right in front of my desktop, my monitor's been moved over, camera's right here, so that way I'm not constantly moving it. It has a permanent spot. Lights are where they normally are. And microphone is shifted as well. Instead of having it up on like a kind of jerry-rigged on a mic stand, it's kind of sitting on right over here, just sitting on a stand like normal. And hopefully this doesn't really screw too much with the sound. I have it facing the right direction. I'm hoping it won't turn into what happened last summer. Last summer, where for some reason it was only capturing one side. So that's always a hard thing to kind of figure out. I think I figured out how to fix that in editing, but it's still kind of wonky. Anyway, I'm hoping it doesn't do that. I just don't really know what it'll sound like until I start editing, if it's one-sided or not. But hopefully it won't, and it'll be just fine. So I don't want to like hold my mic and mess with it too much. Hopefully it's not too far away. Anyway, it's the new year. We're diving into season 2 of CPK Euphonium, or Sound Euphonium. The first episode I did not realize was an extra long episode, twice as long. We got to meet I thought she was a clarinetist, but the flute player. And then, of course, we got officially introduced to our bluebird, Mizore. I already forgot the name of the flautist. And of course, we kind of are reestablishing, hey, this is the dynamic with Kumiko and Reina, that we're building on the dynamic from last season, but now we're introducing some new characters with kind of vaguely similar dynamics, but also different. So we're actually getting a little bit more about some of the issues that happened the previous year, which I kind of like. Now, the flautist really wants the approval of everybody in order for her to come back. Now, in the end, the only person who can really approve her coming back is Tahi Sensei. Like, he's the director. He's head of it. So only he can say, and maybe the other teacher can say, yes, you can join. Now, I suspect if he says, yes, you can join, he might do it like with the other students who didn't get to perform in the previous competition, where he'll just have her join, learn the music, learn other pieces instead. So I can see him doing that. Another flautist, that's fine. And she does sound really pretty. I mean, her sound's really nice, and she owns her flute, which I was interesting how the all-girls schools made the flautists, like out of all the instruments, they made them buy their instrument. Now, I played saxophone when I was in school. Throughout high school, middle school, I started in elementary. It's usually where it starts, and a couple years at university. Now, my saxophone actually belonged to my uncle, and we got it cleaned up and refurbished. I haven't played my alto in a long time, and the last actually saxophone I played was tenor sax that my grandmother bought for me. So my sophomore year at the university, I played tenor instead for marching band instead of alto, which I played for a long time. And I did have a little experience in high school with playing soprano. It was really hard and really weird for me to go to do soprano and then go back to alto. I was like, the lung capacity is way different. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't breathe. I was like getting out of breath faster. So I do miss playing, but while it's a lot easier to like learn music if you're singing or play guitar really quietly, you can't really play saxophone super quietly late at night. So, but I also haven't played in a long time any of my other instruments. So I do want to get back into it, and through headphones and amps and other stuff, I would be able to learn how to play and practice late at night, and no one would be able to hear, but I would be able to hear. So I can do that. You just can't do that with saxophone. you can't really do that. I mean, with string instruments, you can make them electrical and kind of practice them when no one can hear, but you can't do that with wind instruments, unfortunately. They're kind of loud, always. But the dynamics are, I mean, I'm really excited for it. The relationship dynamics, the characters, how they feel about each other. I'm excited. I really am. That's really all I've got to say. Slowly but surely, I fell behind the last few weeks of December. I am going to be catching up, finishing up season. I'm only a few episodes left for me to record for My Hero Academia season 5, and then I'll be all done. And then I'll record. I'm still recording Mob Psycho 100 season 2. Very excited for season 3 because that anime is just the bee's knees. And of course, once I finish recording my reactions to all of the rest of Hibiki Euphonium, I'll be moving on to K-On! So I thought another KyoAni music anime would be really fun. And there's a couple of animes that I'm looking at to do next. So right now, I think I recommended 4. One was originally Gintama, but someone had said that's kind of a satire of a different anime, so I should probably watch that anime first to get the references. I would appreciate that comment again. What is the anime's name that's Gintama is parodying or satiring? Because eventually I would like to watch that first and then Gintama. And, but in terms of anime, kind of the first 2 that are really kind of the front runners of what's next is either Demon Slayer or Haikyuu. I think now in terms of patron, I think Demon Slayer was winning, but I do want comments on like what you think, which one of the 2. I almost kind of want to dive into Haikyuu because it's just really different. It's sports, which I have no background in. It's a comedy, which I love a good comedy. I could use some more comedy in my life too. And it's multiple seasons, and I'm looking for another long series. So I would love to get your guys' input. Yeah, just let me know. And then I'll probably finish My Hero Academia before Mob Psycho 100 Season 2. So probably near the end of Season 2 of Mob Psycho 100, I will officially announce, hey, this is the next anime. And usually before I dive into a new anime, there's about a week break in between, and then I dive into the new one. Anything else to add? No, that's about it. This anime is really cute. The animation is ridiculously beautiful, like just ridiculously. The one thing I love when KyoAni adapts light novels, they get to show off their style, and their style is obnoxiously beautiful. Anything else to say? No, that's it. If you're watching on YouTube, there's no sound. Partial image keeps the copyright monsters at bay. I do pause the halfway point sometimes. There's no countdown timer, so you're kind of have to they're like, guess. But there's a version link below. You can click on that. But if for some reason it's not open to your country, you can still watch via follow along on YouTube. with me. And then of course I have another version link I'm going to start utilizing a bit more. And slowly but surely, I need to I'm trying to re-edit season 1 of Laid Back Camp so I can make it YouTube friendly, as in no copyright monsters can get it sensibly. So I can get season 1, because season 2 is already like that. So I want to re-edit season 1 and post it so that way y'all can see it, and then I'll post season 2. So there's still a lot of anime that I've recorded that from my previous channel that haven't been posted yet, such as all of Assassination Classroom except for the movie. I think there's one more anime. I might end up posting Dumbbell no Killer Mutero, how it is, only because even edited the old way, I never got bothered by copyright monsters. Oh, and the last thing to say before we dive into the anime is I might end up going back to my mini intro instead of the longer intro, only because the longer intro I have right now, it's new and I love it, but it gets copyright claimed, which if I reach the point where I can monetize my channel again, if I choose to do so, it's gonna kind of screw with that, and I'd rather not that be the hang up on it. Anyway, if you're watching on YouTube, no sound, partial translucent image, hard to see, but if you can follow along, there's a countdown timer. You literally can't miss it. Let's dive right in. Some of you might be wondering, hey, why do you look different? Why are you dressed differently? Well, that's an easy answer. The reason I look different and I'm dressed different is because my laptop that I used to record the episode footage completely glitched last night. I couldn't record anything. So that's why I'm dressed differently. This is season 2 intro's a bop. I like it. I feel like I'm really close. So this is the real song, but without fail, I can't help but remember Triple Q's mashup of this and Party in the USA. Like, that's all I hear. So hearing the actual lyrics throws me off. Alright, let's make coffee. It's a little too hot still. So we are focusing on what was last season on more secondary characters. Sorry, someone just texted me. Sorry. I know, I'm sorry. I just really want to text this person. There we go. What if I change my lighting, if that'll help? No. Go back. Go back. Sorry. So, Bon Holiday is a Japanese thing, isn't it? Okay. So band camp is kind of a little bit like their band camp is a lot like the oh, Suka. It's a lot like marching band, like university band camp, where it's probably a week or so where you're actually staying somewhere, because that's what I ended up doing until you stay on campus. But my sophomore year, I found somewhere to live, so I didn't do that year. I missed what they were saying, I'm sorry. Kumiko, you're being weird. Oh, that's why. That's what she's so focused on. Because Asuka's like, has a nice body and she wants to. It's cute seeing them kind of hang out outside of it. Oh, it's a busy community post. Oh, her shop's just kind of cute. It is a bit too grown up. Oh, they're both cute. They're like, it looks so pretty. She looks great. All things considered. I like hers with the big bow. Kuriko, stop staring like that. You're weirding her out. It's Asuka without her glasses. Like, she doesn't have how to fun. She does. Oh no, they can't really escape from the band, can they? Oh my gosh. With a lot of hearts in her eyes. The sad t-shirt. Cement addiction. Who cares about the English? Oh, they're funny. They're cute. Yeah, people might say, like, really? Like, is she really like that different? I mean, we know it's Asuka, but I literally had a girl who I sat by in pre-calc class for weeks. I saw her. We ended up talking at, what was it? Oh, our flautist. We ended up talking for like at least 5-10 minutes at the homecoming dance. And then she finally stopped me and went, I'm sorry, I'm trying to place you. Where do I know you from? And I went, I literally sit by you in class. She goes, that's you? Because I was wearing a nice dress, makeup, and no glasses. I looked really different to her. Well, they're friends, so which is cute. Her and Natsuki. Take a break. It's a break. Take a breather. Manukau, encourage her to go for the goal. Oh, she was testing her. It's kind of mean. She has a good point. That's what I was saying. Kind of like she's special to everybody. Oh, Lilith's saying now, okay, we'll talk. She's asking her, well, can't you, like, push through this awkwardness and this tension? She was in her own kind of weird way. Not weird way, but her way. She feels a little betrayed. She's very even keel. She's very even keel in how she projects herself, but clearly she feels deeply. I kind of realized, even though autofocus is off, I'm still a little bit... Like, they're hanging out too. This is cute. You two are hanging out. Clearly, you're friends. Nozomi. And... Unfortunately, though, taking autofocus off, if I don't get the focus right, it stays autofocus, which is not fun. I gotta figure out what setting to make it as. I'm working on that. It's also very different if I'm like in the middle versus off to the side. A sharp betrayal felt even there. She felt betrayed by you, sweetie, and you left. She does. Maybe she's being protective of the oboist. I'm kind of not paying attention, which is not cool. She liked it. She loved it. But they, you know... She loved it, she did. And then the environment they created made her give up and quit. And I guess the band director really didn't do much to kind of counteract it. Well, there was no indication that the following year would change, even though it was 30 years being directed, so they were going to be gone. She really respects her, and she really wants to be part of the band. Again, with the showing, it's a little, it's just, it's so, I'm so caught up in the story now. I'm not really paying attention to the animation, though. Yeah, similar to Suka in that moment. Girls getting involved, sweetie. Why are you getting involved? Kimiko can't help herself. She has such a big heart. Oh yeah, she's been hanging out with them a lot. What are they doing? What is with that face? Oh, I missed what just happened. There's another band member though, but I can't remember what was going on there. I was like, wait, what's happening there on the right? But it is cute that like Reina can just hang out with the others and she's fine. Even though Reina and Kumiko obviously have the closer relationship. But it's cute to see Reina kind of hanging out with other people and like making the time to connect with them. So Nozomi, Isuka was trying to say like just tough it out, just, you know, they'll be gone, you know, don't let them ruin what you clearly love. I'm sure Isuka knows how much she loves it. She's like, don't let it ruin it for you. But she was so angry and so frustrated, and she wanted to be the one to fix things. And when you think you can fix something, or you think you can try to and you can't, it is incredibly frustrating. I know that because, as you know, when I became the drum major, even the junior drum major, and with other leaders, I wanted so hard to try to change the band for the better, but you can't make people change who don't want to change, who are jerks, you know? And that's the only reason that the band was able to really be successful. If they decided to hate Taki Sensei, dig their heels in, and not perform and not practice, then it would still be the same environment from the previous year. But Taki Sensei being him and kind of his gentle encouragement and not playing favorites, making it very clear this is a meritocracy in terms of who gets to be in the competition part of the band, so on and so forth. A little bit of talent there as well. It definitely shifted the environment, which again, it comes to show. And then also we have different people who were in leadership versus the previous year. So it does show you that the environment at where you work, your school, all that can be completely awful or completely good depending on who's in leadership. Because good leaders will shut down poor behavior, people who tend to lie, other things like that. When I first worked at the job that I work at, and still, which I love, the first manager preferred the back of house. He didn't really interact with the front of house. There were a lot of problems. Turns out he was having a lot of problems too. And there are just people being, majority of them women, being vindictive and lying and just causing problems. And the manager there wasn't shutting it down. He kind of just let it be, wasn't getting involved. And that kind of made other managers have to get involved, which made it difficult. So the other manager ended up leaving. Our new general manager had come in, and it was night and day. He made sure he had a connection with the front and back of house. He works hard. He worked hard at kind of shifting things. He didn't put up with people who realized were lying to him. He didn't play, favorites, nothing like that. So he really shifted the environment and took us from where I thought we were kind of the black sheep of the 35 stores at the time. Now there's over 100 stores now. 35 stores at the time. And he ended up really revamping it and making it better and better. And then he's moved on to an even higher position, and someone who started working for us only a few years ago, just for like dining room hosting stuff, is now our general manager because she wanted that. She wanted to work her way up to that. So, and she's great. Again, she makes sure he has a connection with the front of house and back of house. A lot of us who kind of stuck around now, we're in leadership. When we say like, hey, we want to be in leadership, they're like, okay, you've earned it. And so, you have to. And it's hard to kind of realize, oh yeah, now I'm in leadership now. But the leaders of your work, of your school, all of that, they really do dictate kind of what is and isn't tolerated. And, you're still going to have your jerks in band, but I just don't think our band director, his temperament, as well as his age, just wasn't working with him. It was kind of working against him. And he didn't really know how to handle people who really didn't want to be there, but yet were forced to be in band because of their parents for whatever reason, which I hate. Like, if your kid hates being in band and doesn't want to do it, let them leave. They're making everybody else miserable, but whatever. Great. Oh, 3-day camp. Okay, cool. Nice. A little bit of 3D work in there. It's gonna sound beautiful. The acoustics could be gorgeous. Oh, he looks so nice. Kind of a little bit more casual. Where's her crush? So cute. A little sadness in there. There's a story there. Oh, that girl that we saw in that picture. Nice, the reflections. So good, so good. It's cute seeing everybody in kind of their own, like, clothes. It's adorable. Is it Nozomi? Yes! She's here! No, that's not her. Who is that? She's beautiful. She's a flatus, isn't she? I'm just saying. Good job. No. Ah! Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, look at the two beetles. One black, one brown fighting. Nice. Kind of that cute demon aspect to her. Another cute demon. Oh, it's hilarious. Oh, Reina. Oh, brown beetle won. Keep forgetting that's how you say hello. I thought you were showing waiver off. She hasn't done anything yet. Okay. Hmm. She kind of encouraged her to join the band. And there's a Asuka over here. Oh, it's too full. Yeah, that's very disrespectful. She's a bit of a in the moment kind of person, isn't she? Hmm. Color code. Yeah, I can't let it go though. Oh, her little slippers. They're so cute. Whoa. Zora's good at that. Well, she can kind of hear the music through her. Girl got that turned up loud. Maybe that's not true though. She's probably an amazing flautist, isn't she? I think Mizore feels betrayed. I think Asuka's trying to really protect her. Girl's good. Hard to read her, isn't it? Oh no, she is missing. Mm. Okay. Mm. Sometimes they do, unfortunately, yeah. Yeah, she's missing a lot. Let me stop the game. Mm. Very honest little thing. Makes you hope, and then if you fail, it hurts a lot. Yeah, I know. She made a promise. She's still doing it. Yeah, you do. I'd like to continue this game. This is such a side moment, but I love the little like loose strands of hair that Kumiko has coming from a very casual bun. It's very cute. That was cute. Girl, she's thinking about that all day. Probably, it'd be more appropriate. That's not appropriate. Don't do that. Leave it be. Let it go. Just let it go. Gosh darn it, no. Do not encourage her. She's a high schooler. She's a teacher. Oh, playing on her looking more mature. That was cute. Oh, the sound engineering though, the high five, the tap on the shoulder, very nice. Subtle, but so darn important, so beautiful. Sound engineering like this and sound, just all of that is incredibly important in addition to the voice acting. That's how beautiful this anime is. Just kind of a little bit of everything. The voice acting, the animation, the colors, ooh, and the other sounds that take place. Dang. This is good. It's cute. So I'm going to guess that. Oh, I love that. It's very adorable. And that is a real toy, by the way. Backgrounds. Flowers. Oh, sorry. I gotta drink my coffee. This is all very cute. And I love the fact that they are all singing it. I love when the character actors sing the songs. It just makes it more fun and personal. And I do love the fact, and it's kind of a reminder, it's not just about, I know they talk about the two of them a lot, but there's a bunch of other characters involved too. So you see these other characters, see we're a lot more focused on, I mean, Mizore's in the outro. We're definitely focusing on our Bluebird here. And her conflicted feelings. Oh, it's really cute. Of course Yamaha's a sponsor. Oh, of course they are. That's hilarious. Very cute. Oh, so cute, so cute. Oh, shoot, wrong. Okay, let's see if I can figure out how to get myself more in focus and then go from there. Alright, that's a little better. I'm still kind of playing with it, trying to figure out you know, how to best showcase, the light. Lighting is still kind of funky, you know. I'm figuring it out. But autofocus is off now, so at least it won't be like, which it does a lot. But that was a delightful episode. It was sweet. You get to see a little bit of them kind of relax, they're in their bathing suits, kind of enjoying the summer. Seeing some characters hanging out that maybe we're like, why are they hanging out? They don't typically do, but they are kind of friends with this Yuko and Natsuki. And then of course, poor Reina kind of dealing with her crush. I was like, dang it. It doesn't help her that a bunch of the girls are like, oh my gosh, this woman, the perfect Taki sensei. I do remember a picture of him looking at, it looked like him and another young girl and some other people, so I think there's a background story with him and there, which is probably going to be a little sad. Because there seemed to be a sadness when he said he didn't have a wife and kids. I don't think Kumiko should have encouraged Reina to try to ask him straight out. That's such a bad idea, age difference, teacher, student, all of that's just a bad idea. But oh my gosh, all right. But they're kids, so they gotta do some stupid stuff. But Kumiko is a bit of a meddler, and she just feels really obligated. All right, no, I'm going to reach out to Asuka on behalf of Nozomi. But I think one of the reasons Asuka is telling her no is not necessarily because she doesn't think she'll add anything bad. I think she knows how talented Nozomi is on the flute. And that she's a hard worker and that she'd be great. She would probably catch up really quickly. And it probably wouldn't take her very long to kind of get back into the swing of things. She practices all the time still, clearly. But I think she's protecting Mizore. And I think that's why Asuka keeps saying no. Because Mizore was really, really hurt. Deeply hurt. Because that's her best friend. And she said, let's go for the gold together. Let's shoot for, competition. She got frustrated with third years and the way they were treating people. And then mainly because she was, I guess, and flutes can be pretty awful. Trumpets can be a pain in the butt too. Percussionists, oh my gosh. Most sections more or less have some sort of typical problems. We saxophones tend to be pretty even keel. I don't think we're a very problematic area. Unless I knew one saxophonist, he was a butt face and just an arrogant jerk. He played tenor. But, I don't know. I'm getting off topic, but I think Asuka is protecting Mizore. I think that's really what it's about. And so I think that's what it come down to. Now, I do know she does join the band eventually. I know that happens. Probably just like with Natsuki, she's kind of not part of the main competition section until she catches up with the music and kind of earns her place. Especially because it's a set amount of people, so he probably won't even let her compete at all when she does join, because these people have worked really hard. They've been in the band this whole time, especially the second years and third years who stuck it out through the painful period the previous year. And so they earned their right to be on that in the competition. So he's not going to just let her in, even if she's really good in terms of the competition itself. But he will let her join the band. She just has to kind of prove that, yes, she's there to work, get things done, and then maybe next year or later on in a competition when they don't have a people restriction, he can actually have her play. Again, still gonna figure out how this whole thing with my camera. Thankfully, my sound's behaving well, and it's not one-sided, which I was worried about. I just need to figure out my camera a bit more, play with the settings, autofocus versus non-autofocus, see, how focused I can get it. I'm playing with zoom a little bit too, so trying to figure out how to best get it set up, pretty much. Lighting a little bit as well. Just little things I'm tweaking. It's I've been doing this for a few years now, but I'm still learning more and more, because some things just don't always occur to me. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. Beautifully animated, wonderfully written. The characters are all very sweet. They all have these kind of deep convictions. Reina's reaction to the pretty woodwind, of course, the pretty woodwind. I bet Taki Sensei is is a brass instrument, I bet too. Especially because I think she received lessons from him, so I would think so. But it's funny how like he's a cute demon, and his two friends who are helping him are also kind of cute demons. You know what I'm saying? Like they seem so fun and joyful, but like they really work you. So it's like you seem so sweet and so kind, but you're kind of a monster. So you know, like personalities attract like personalities. I don't think Taki and them are dating, but they are professional, and they seem to like each other a lot, which is nice. Anything else to add? No. Again, a really wonderful anime. I'm trying to get back and being consistent. It's been kind of a rough few weeks with some things going on. So hopefully if things turn out a little better moving forward or a little bit more consistent, I can remain consistent. I'm trying anyway. Again, in terms of live action reactions, I'm still working on that. I want to do Superman Lois, but I don't know if I will. There's still so many things that are up in the air. I just want to get the anime that I've fallen behind on kind of under control and then go from there. Anything else to add? No, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, share with your enemies, and I'll see you next time.